Hey guys, remember when I talked to you guys about the USDcad? As you can see, we're looking at the H4 level. I mean the H4 time frame. It did the divergence, right? It did the divergence. Now it's breaking the H4 trend line, which is a good thing. So it should be going up. In the worst case scenario, it might drop again to do a double divergence, but it should be going back up. So it's a good buy, great buy actually, because as I was explaining to you, we are in the support zone. Now, once it's in the support zone, if you had entered after this candle or if you entered at the H1 hammer, like at the H1 level, if you had entered after this candle, you should at least tighten up your stop loss by now because it went up a couple of pips and you might even have taken some profits. But because it has broken the trend line, it may still go up for a while. Now, in the worst case scenario, since you have tightened up your trend lines, your stop loss, this should be a risky trade if you have entered already, right? Now, after you have entered properly, in the worst case scenario, what could happen is it could decide to re-enter the zone properly and then bounce back right back up for a buy. It would do a double divergence because it's already did the first divergence. Now it may try to do a double divergence. If it doesn't do a double divergence because it had broken the H4 trend line, if you're a trend line entry type of trader, this would be the right time for you to enter and put your stop loss at a proper distance. Now, as you can see, it's going up. There's still a couple of pips for it to hit the daily trend line. As you can see, that's the daily trend line. So it hasn't hit it. And as you can see, it didn't do a clean daily divergence, but that's okay. In the worst case, it wants to complete a clean daily divergence. Not to worry, that would be a double H4 divergence within a daily divergence, and then it should be able to bounce up for a good amount of pips. So this would be a risky or low risk trade if you had entered at the H1 level. If you entering at H4, that would be the right time because it broke the H4 trend line. And that's pretty much it for the USDcad. Now, in the case of the USDJPY, it still hasn't entered my proper zone for it to bounce. So I'll wait for it to do an H4 divergence. Let's say it doesn't do an H4 divergence and goes back up. Well, it's a trade that I missed. Doesn't matter, right? Because again, like I explained to you guys, I want the market to do exactly what I want it to do, right? So if you miss a trade, don't worry. Doesn't matter. There's so many trades, so there's nothing to worry about. But I still would want it to consider this trade for a buy. I would want it to enter that area. So it hasn't entered that area yet. So thank you. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel, all right? Thank you. Bye.